Hi, I'm Dr. Tommy Thompson. Welcome to my office. And at this point in your exam and entering into my office, you're interested in acupuncture. In the next few minutes, we're going to describe what acupuncture is and how it works and how it relates to you. Acupuncture is based on the Chinese medicine philosophy that's been practiced for over 4,000 years. Acupuncture is a treatment designed to influence the meridians of the body. The meridians are based on 12 meridians in the body with a governing and a conceptual vessel, a total of 14. The human body is electrical in nature. It has electrical fields. We can have electrical studies done on the heart and on the brain, as well as other diagnostics like MRIs. So we know that the body is electrical in nature. Just like a bar magnet, the human body has a positive and negative aspects of it. If we look at a bar magnet, the north and south poles, we'll know that there are magnetic fields within it, as well as the earth has magnetic fields. Well, the human body works the same just as well. And these meridians are actually magnetic lines or magnetic fields which have been traced out on the body and discovered by the Chinese over 4,000 years ago. So how does acupuncture work? Acupuncture, there are over 365 points on the body, as well as over 1,000 on the entire body, including special points, as well as the ear, which is, they call it auricular therapy. And there are a whole microcosm of points within the ear that represents organs. As well, you can treat the entire body just from the ear itself. There are many ear points that can be used in addictions, alcohol and tobacco, as well as weight loss. When we place acupuncture needles within the bodies, they affect these meridians. Most of these points that are used in this office are located between the fingertips and the elbows and the toe tips and the knees. The meridians are represented, can affect organs within the body as well as anywhere along that meridian where it traces. An example, one of the largest meridians in the body is the bladder meridian. It starts in the corner of the eye, traces over the top of the head, extends down the body, has two rails, comes down the entire length of the leg and ends up on the little toe. The bladder meridian is the longest meridian. It has over 62 points on it. These points are interconnected with other meridians and can affect other organs. Many of the points along the back can be affected, especially in pain if we use the points properly. Now, the Chinese use a term called yin and yang, which is positive and negative. The back side of the body is positive, the front part below the nose is negative. So the term yin and yang is basically saying it's positive and it's negative. So this balance of positive and negative energies is what allows acupuncture to work. Now, the 12 meridians on the hands and on the feet, as well as along the body, represents a 5-element theory. The 5-element theory is based on the seasons as well as the 5 elements in nature, the way the Chinese looked at it. Well, the 5 elements are fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. And each one of those elements, for example, the metal element represents the large intestine and the lung, and they are interconnected. So these organs, like the wood element, which is liver and gallbladder, if they are in balance, you can treat within these elements and have a correction. Some elements affect other elements, and then within this 5-element theory, we can find a problem, say, in the large intestine and use the lung point on the meridian, which is on the hand, to affect the large intestine. So there are ways of diagnosing based on these imbalances. Now, what I do look for on these testing is the pulse diagnosis on the wrist. There are points upon the wrist which represent each of the organ systems, as well as the tongue. The tongue itself will represent what's going on internally by the color, by the shape, by cracks, by the coating, movement, and all those type of things is when I look at it. So when I examine you and I ask to see your tongue, it may seem a little unusual, but I am looking for what's going on internally. I will feel the pulses and check you in that manner. And from that, I can determine where we need to place the acupuncture needles. There are different acupuncture needles in treatment. There are different sizes, as you will see here. The longest one is used for the deeper tissues, the middle one is the body point acupuncture needle, and the very bottom one is the auricular acupuncture needle. And those needles are used in treatment. Now there are sometimes people who are aversion to needles, however I will talk to each of you individual and see if that will work for you. There are other ways of doing acupuncture, but generally speaking, it is using the filiform needles into these points upon the body to get change. Sometimes we will add just a few needles, sometimes there'll be many needles. In most cases, on the first treatment, you'll receive anywhere from 5 to 10 needle insertions. In advanced treatments, we can have up to 40 to 50 needles where we actually place electrodes to these points to balance kidney yin and yang. It's an in-depth pattern 5 treatment, what I call it. There are over 365 points in the body, including one for each day of the year plus the ear, and all the extra points. There are well over 1,000 points on the body, but each person is individual and there are different point selections for treatment. Again, this is a brief introduction to acupuncture. I hope this is a good treatment for you and you have a good experience in my office. And as we begin to treat you, we will teach you more and more about the different aspects of holistic care. Again, thank you for being a patient in my office, and we do appreciate your referrals as well. So hopefully this will be a good experience for you.